What's up, everybody? Welcome back to a Chi-Town Blitz episode. Got a great episode for you guys today. We got another episode to do after a Bears win. It might have been ugly. Might have motherfuckers, divided between whether we're good or not, but we still got a dub nonetheless. How we doing today, Jaden?
Blessed and highly favored. How about you?
Hey, like I said, 6-3, man. This is dream scenario, to be honest. This is exactly where I wanted us to be. So, I'm really happy about, the progress, the direction of this team. But let's get into, recapping this game, Bears versus Giants. What were some of your takeaways from this game, your reasons for victory in this one?
Man, I think Jackson Dart getting concussed was a big reason.
I know Russell is with us.
But I think this was really Caleb's day in terms of offense. 220 yards on the pass, 53 or 63 on the run,
Yeah.
touchdown in both. In a game where receivers had drops like crazy.
The most NFL drops, the most drops recorded in a game all season.
Damn. I didn't even know that, but you factor that in plus just the all-star defensive line we had to go against, and Caleb literally dodged how many sacks?
It was 0 sacks. He didn't get sacked once. Houdini type.
How many sacks did he avoid though? He might have avoided 5 or 6, if not more.
Yeah, and Brian Burns, Kayvon. But one thing, since you brought that up, he's forced the most missed tackles this season from the quarterback position, 26 in the NFL,
Damn.
according to PFF. But the motherfucker Houdini.
Man. So I think it's hard to come away with like some team wins, but if you look at the performance Caleb had and then the performance defensively CJ Gardner-Johnson had,
Great
I think,
addition so far.
yeah, those two really took their game to the next level and really put the team on their back on both sides of the ball. So hats off to them.
Mm-hmm.
Had to win it.
Needed it. You couldn't afford to lose, yeah.
Can't not when we have this gauntlet
of the NFC.
Of the NFC North we have to run through.
Bro, not only the NFC North, but I saw somebody, I think it was Harrison Graham was talking about it, or somebody was saying it. They said there's 8 teams competing for the 7th spot of the wild card. So we could not afford to lose this game.
Every game counts, and now shoot,
the schedule's about to get tough. Yeah,
we're a Green Bay loss away from being in second place for the division. So,
and you never know with Detroit. They fucking had to have Dan Campbell call plays. Like, he took the play calling duties away from the OC to get that win against the Commanders to turn things around. So, anything can happen in the NFC North, but Caleb Williams, CJ Gardner-Johnson, obviously are the 2 biggest winners from this game. I think a loser that I had, a motherfucker that stunk up the joint, Olamide Zaccheaus. What's up with bro?
Man, and I hear people was, making just giving context on how, like, in the cold weather the ball rocks up, which obviously it does, and they said Caleb's got arguably the strongest arm in the league.
Piss missiles.
You pair those two together, it makes sense why niggas was dropping the ball, but at the end of the day, you get paid to catch it. Mm-hmm. So we not trying to hear none of that shit.
Nah, body catch that shit. Eat it. Pause. But nah, so Caleb Williams played great. Some thoughts I had about Caleb, just, let's, decipher his performance in the grand scheme of things a little more. I don't know. Is he one of the clutchest quarterbacks in the NFL? Game after game, game-winning drives, always putting his team in position to win the football game. And this game really was like the staple of that notion. 14 straight points with 4 minutes left in this game on his own. Dicing up the Giants defense and then running for the rushing touchdown at the end to win the game. Like, this guy is different.
Yeah, I would like to see his numbers compared to the rest of the league in terms of the fourth quarter, but
let me see if I have any.
Dominant. How many game-winning drives does he have? I know he has 4 out of 6,
Yeah,
But
that we
how does
said
that
that the
rank
last game.
amongst the rest of the league?
In fourth quarters in this season for him, 670 total yards, 5 total touchdowns, 100 passer rating. Uh, his numbers when trailing are great. He's tied for the NFL this season with fourth quarter comebacks and game winning drives, I think. Yeah, he's clutch as fuck, bro. He's different. And he just doesn't look rattled. I mean, you can never count us out. That's something that's been nice. I mean, I was at the mall with Jocelyn during the game, you know, just looking at this game. We all in the group chat were saying we're turning this game off. At a certain point, it's like, all right, 20-10 was just not enough time to come back in this game. We thought we would be done with this. Caleb Williams drives down the field easy, scores a touchdown. And then the Bears get the ball back. The defense gives the ball back to Caleb and then scores the touchdown easily again.
Man. Yeah, what a turn of events. But once I seen Russ trot out there, I knew we had a victory.
Hey, Brian Dable knew he was cooked too.
Yeah, he was like, fuck it. I mean, it makes sense why he was running quarterback power the whole fucking game.
Yeah.
But it bit him in the ass when Dart got hurt. So
yeah, he's kind of setting up
I
Dart
think he
for
had
failure.
to go.
Yeah,
he
and
had to go.
the thing is, like, people think, you know, Dart and Dable are a good combination and both of those guys fuck with each other. But I think Dart, he seems like that guy. He seems like he's got it made, and any coach that is competent will be able to work with him.
No
So
question.
Dable, he'll be a
You
good
think
ass
he's
OC.
better than
Who?
The first overall pick?
Cam Ward. Cam
Yeah.
Ward's just in a bun situation. I think Cam Ward will be really good.
You
But
could
I think
argue so is Jackson Dart. That nigga ain't got his two best players are out.
yeah, I do get the point that you're gonna shine regardless of what's around you.
Just show flashes.
Yeah.
I haven't watched any Tennessee games to tell you.
I think even
if there's
Tennessee
any
fans
flashes.
are turning that shit off too.
Right.
It's tough, but I think both will be really good. But right now, probably it's like probably a Jaden Daniels, Drake May situation where one of them has a really good rookie season and the other one kind of meets him up like soon as things get better for him, better situation. But with Caleb, do you think like the Mahomes comparisons are kind of not now making sense? I mean, the escapability, just being very like loose in the pocket, like nobody can bring him down for some reason. And I think he's more athletic too.
Yeah, he's definitely more athletic than Caleb. I mean, Mahomes. It's hard to say. Mahomes is way more accurate, so
yeah. Mahomes is that guy.
It's not even close from that perspective. Deciphering defenses, we can't even compare the two at this point.
But this is the Chicago Bears version of Mahomes, though.
He's like a younger, ascending one. So there's a lot of meat left on the bone with him. Pause. For us to figure out. One thing I really appreciated, and I heard the mic'd up clips of before that game-winning drive, and Caleb was just special. Commanding the offense, commanding the huddle. So I really appreciated that, and you could just tell he's a bona fide leader, and he's proven it on the field. So it's time to go get my nails done.
You see what Theo Benedict said? There was an interview. They asked him a question, right? And he was like, nah, C. Willie is like that. Or he said C. Willie is like during that time. I'm like, I kind of fuck with the nickname.
C. Willie.
C. Willie. A little spicy.
That don't help his spicy meter. His spicy meter just went up.
Have you been seeing the JJ McCarthy shit?
In terms of what? His trash performance or just what niggas saying about him?
The alter ego he has. He says he calls himself 9 and like 9, like that's his alter ego, right? I'll send you the lore behind it. It's kind of crazy.
Please do.
So yeah, Caleb Williams
threw 2 picks against Baltimore.
Yeah, he was ass.
He's out there looking like a child.
Baltimore's defense, I did expect them to do that to his ass. But I just really hyped about Caleb Williams. He's really coming together. 2 really good performances back to back. And at the very least, like I've said, it's been ups and downs with him during the game. But in the fourth quarter, lights out every single time. So that's all. I mean, I take that 100%. I mean, we see what the grass is not greener. Justin Fields just threw 54 passing yards, 54 passing yards.
Damn, and they won?
It was off the back of Brees Hall. They had a punt return for
Nigga
a
had
touchdown.
83 yards.
they,
How the fuck
they
is
had
off the back of him? He must have had hella receiving yard. He couldn't have had.
He had a receiving touchdown, 42-yard receiving touchdown. But
Uh,
they had a punt return for a touchdown and a kick return for a touchdown.
so you mean to tell me this nigga Justin Fields had 54 yards and 42 of them came on one play?
That's crazy, no?
That's insane.
That the level of bunsness is crazy.
They might as well run triple option over there. Goddamn.
Yeah, turn into fucking Army and Navy. It's just
Man.
not. Yeah, that's just there's no recipe for winning with that long term scheme of things. And my guy, he he's really big on God and shit. God's taking care of him, but
Who is Justin Fields?
never mind. I'm gonna cut that out. But yeah, the Bears right now though. Okay, all right. Before I go further, is Caleb the best quarterback in the division now?
What?
No,
Hell no. We still.
I think he's better than
Did you
Goff.
forget?
Let's be real.
He's he's the third best behind Goff and
Jordan Love is buns,
Jordan
bruh.
Love. I mean, we need a side by side of their numbers.
So Caleb right now, Jordan Love has 2,071 yards passing, 13 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Caleb Williams has 2,100 yards passing, 13 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. So the numbers are kind of identical. Caleb has more passing yards. Caleb has more rushing yards too, I believe. And Jared Goff, 2,200 yards passing, 20 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. So maybe I'll give you the Jared Goff one. But Jordan Love, I'm not taking him being better than Caleb. I'm not taking that shit no more.
But yeah, to your point, numbers are pretty.
They're identical. And I mean,
QBR is way different though.
how big is I mean, how's the QBR?
Well, Jared Goff is 68, which isn't the best, but he's got 20 tuds. Jordan Love 72 with 13.
Caleb's is 92 QBR. What's his completion percentage? 60.8%. It's kind of cheeks.
That's what I'm saying. I mean, shit. He's doing a good job protecting the ball.
Yeah. Oh, damn. Jordan Love's passer rating is so their completion percentage is around the same. Caleb's was 60.8. Jordan Love's 60.6. His completion percentage is 70%. And his QBR is 107.9. So he's got Caleb beating that. But we'll have this conversation when the season's over. And we'll see where we're at then.
Let's do it. I mean, I like where he's at from a yards perspective. They got him projected at over 4,000, but just by a hair.
On pace.
So.
Yeah. I think he's going to hit 4,000 yards passing. I don't know, though, but like if Caleb takes his team to the playoffs, Jordan Love, like what kind of success would propel Caleb over, Jordan Love and to Jared Goff that you think? Like what would he have to do?
I mean, it comes down to the completion percentage at this point. I think he does everything else really well, but we're competing against guys who are completing 74% of their passes. 70% Jordan Love is. So it's like we are 60%, and that's trending down.
Yeah.
The last couple of games, it feels like, 58%.
The drops didn't help it, yeah.
Against Washington, 57 against New Orleans, and then 55 against the Giants. Obviously, yeah, drops don't help, but as a quarterback, you got to throw good like our offense coordinator back in the day used to say, throw great passes, not great catches. So from a quarterback lens, you got to throw great passes.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, Can't say it any better.
Everybody dropping the ball, then it's got to be
That's on you.
it's
Yeah.
got to be something you can control. Not saying it's his fault, but it's got to be something you can get better at, whether it's the touch, and just taking a little bit off the ball in certain situations. Not everyone, but you can't be throwing everything on a fucking rope in Chicago in
You don't need
November.
to throw a fastball, little dink and dunk pass. You know what I mean?
I mean, there was multiple fourth downs we didn't convert because of dropped passes. So
Was Swift at a drop or Rome still
Zacchaeus had
having
a drop on
drops?
fourth.
Yeah, fucking Zacchaeus, bro. I hate bro. But with I feel like there's a little division between, how people are reacting to this Bears win. You know, we did win the game. We're 6-3, but it took everything out of us to beat a 2-7 Giants team. So where are you at with the spectrum of that? Should like can we be happy about the Bears being 6-3, but also do we have to be realistic with, can this team compete in the NFC if they're barely beating the Giants and barely beating the Bengals, two of the worst teams in the NFL? What are your thoughts with that?
Bengals beat the Steelers. The Giants beat the Eagles. Like
They beat the Chargers too.
they beat the Chargers. So it's like it's any given Sunday. You
There's a
know, the
lot of
conditions
parity in the
were what
NFL
they
this year
were.
too.
Injuries are piling up on everybody's roster. So it's like a win is a win in the NFL. People like to point at like, oh, this team is 2-7, oh, this team is 7-2, when the margin for error in the NFL is so razor thin. It doesn't matter who you're playing on any given Sunday, because you'll see every week there's an upset. Buffalo
Yeah,
just got their ass blown out by
right.
Miami.
2-7 Miami Dolphins. Yeah.
If they would have squeaked out that win, they would have had a W in the win column, but people would have been saying the same thing, like, "Oh, are they really that good?"
They barely beat Miami. Tua's
You
ass.
feel me? So it's like, what?
Yeah.
We just, we lost by 14 to Baltimore without Lamar Jackson.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Tyler
anything can
Huntley.
happen in this league. So, you got to celebrate the wins. Now, the best thing about winning is you can still coach on the opportunities for improvement, but you got to win at the end of the day, and especially in the NFC where it's so razor thin.
Can't afford any
Um,
losses.
but to answer your question about can we compete in the NFC, I think we absolutely can. But it's going to require our defense getting timely stops,
Mm-hmm.
turnovers. But I think offensively we can hang with anybody.
Yeah, and that's the crazy thing about our offense. Like we haven't hit our ceiling yet. I
Right.
mean, the run game has been great. Like we haven't built that consistency with what we are as an offense yet, but we're still winning football games. We're still
Mm-hmm.
finding ways to win. Ben Johnson, I don't know, like he had a bad play calling game. Like this was not his best, the coaching performance.
Yeah, I felt like from a stat sheet perspective, we ran the ball pretty well. Like we should
Mm.
have leaned on that a lot more, especially
Managa
getting
and
into like
Swift
those
only
third
has
and shorts and fourth and
yeah.
shorts instead of having to throw the ball on like 4th and 3. You know what I'm saying? So we should have leaned on the run game a little bit harder, considering our yards per attempt were pretty high. And we were talking about this during the game. There was the entire game, Caleb is breaking free of pressure, but scrambling to throw, and it always looks like either we get an incomplete pass or he has to throw it away. Whereas in some of those situations, like, hey, just step up and run.
Yeah, and he did
Like,
some of those plays, and it turned out like he just needs to do that
yeah,
more. And he's
I
he's good
agree.
with he's good with getting out of bounds. He's good with sliding and stuff. He's not putting his body out there for extra impact. Sometimes when they nick him a little, he be acting like
Yeah.
he try to sell that
That's what I'm
shit.
saying. He runs as if he ain't got that in his bag. Like, go. And he did that in the fourth, but like I'm saying throughout the game, like there's opportunities for you instead of throwing a forced heat seeking missile, that it's just gonna bounce off people's shoulder pads. Like, go get 5 yards and
Uh,
slide. You know what I mean?
yeah, I think he definitely should do that more. I think Caleb is trending in the right direction. His offense is trending in the right direction. They're getting better and better, still finding ways to run regardless, and that's the goal. Win the fucking game. So, but things do need to get cleaned up. One thing I wanted to bring up to you. We talked a little bit about it in the messages. Ryan Poles, some of his players that he's drafted are hidden. They are hidden. Some of them are. Darnell Wright is an all-pro. He clapped Brian Burns on that play, the spin move. Ah! Dang, he
Yep.
squished his
Put
head
his
like a
ass in the
bug.
air.
And bro, it makes you think though. I think the Eagles, trade with the Bears was a win-win. We got an all-pro tackle, and the Eagles got Jalen Carter. And I think there was just too much talk about, Darnell Wright not being Jalen Carter and all this. Too much comparison with that. But now we're finally seeing Darnell Wright take those steps. He's legit one of the best tackles in the NFL. One of the best right tackles.
Yeah. Yeah, and Ben Johnson's mentioned this too. He was like, yeah, he's having a special year. He's one of the best athletes on the field. They said he might even get, a trick play at some
He,
point. So
dude, in one of the practices, he had a one-handed catch. He caught that shit. He like routed up Andrew Billings because they did an offensive lineman versus
yeah,
D lineman. So he is
that's
a special
crazy.
athlete. And I mean, just looking at what he did against Brian Burns, sometimes, Brian Burns was getting pressure. There was a play where he did beat Darnell Wright, but for the most part, he kept it clean, did a good job against Brian Burns. And when he's out in space, hide your kids, hide your wives, bro. He coming for everything. He's clapping shit.
Physical speed. He's literally a bear.
He looks like a bear for her, yeah. And he's really good. He's been one of Ryan Poles' best picks. I think the best pick Ryan Poles has had because just like an all-pro level guy, he's gonna, make the all-pro bowl this season. He's gonna be an all-pro. But I think Ryan Poles, like the first round picks he's had in his tenure in the 4 years, Loveland, Rome, Caleb, Darnell Wright. What are your feelings with those first round picks so far? I think Caleb has been a hit.
Yeah, I think
So
all of them
Darnell Wright.
have been a hit. Even
Loveland, right?
Adunze and Loveland, yeah, because Loveland made a huge catch down the stretch to really move the ball. I forget if it was the second or last
Yeah,
possession.
he's somebody that doesn't drop the ball at all either. Like his hands are really good, great route runner. Like that, legitly, I wouldn't mind him being our number one target because he's coming down with that shit 10 times out of 10.
Exactly. Rome, he clearly is a number one in this league.
Uh-huh.
As soon as he continues to catch the ball a little better, he's definitely made a huge improvement year 1 to year 2. So I definitely
I
like
agree.
that. So yeah, I'm pleased with all the picks. It's hard to say Loveland. I think with Loveland, you got to look at it long term because he is so young. But his frame, his speed, you see how guys bounce off of him. Even yesterday, guys were bouncing off of him after catches. So no, I like where we're at. It's hard to say if he's, if you should have took TJ Warren over him. I think it's easy to say TJ or Tyler at this point just because, he's a grown ass man already. Whereas
Loveland's like
Loveland was a little
21.
bit more of a project, I feel like, just because of his age, but he's got everything you need. So
He could
they
block too,
might
bro.
end up both being, Hall of Famers at it when it's all said and done.
Yeah, Loveland's got it all in his arsenal. I'm glad that it's kind of looking like he's overstepping Cole Kmet now as that guy. And like legitly, like he comes down with it every time, always makes big plays. Like that should be our go-to guy down the road. Caleb needs to build that connection with him too soon. The red zone too, nightmare. Him and Rome. So yeah, I'm really excited about these first round picks. Next draft, let's get a pass rusher. Let's get a dominant guy, a dominant edge. And then Ryan Poles,
Yeah.
you're cooking. But with us talking about the drops, with us talking about weapons, I think Luther Burden, it's time for him to overstep. Oh, I mean, take over the snaps of Zacchaeus because Zacchaeus, he's a good veteran receiver, good yak guy, but Luther Burden needs more opportunity. When we give him opportunity, he balls out.
Yeah, and you seen him like yards after the catch, yards after contact. That nigga was hooping. So the sample size we do have of him has been fantastic. Like we need to find ways to get him the ball more.
He's a star, bro. He could be our
And
best receiver at the end of the day. Like when it's all said and done, he could be that. He's that good.
That's what I'm saying, and I don't know what DJ's health wise looks like, but it sounds like a perfect opportunity to,
Yeah,
get him
implement him,
more
get
involved.
yeah, especially against Minnesota team, is probably gonna blitz a lot, get some quick throws to him, get him in space. Yeah, I think Luther Burton, it's his time. One stat that I wanted to throw out to you, Caleb has a 124.4 passer rating when targeting Loveland, and he has a 136.4 passer rating when targeting Luther Burton. So it's dangerous when he got those guys.
It's time to let the young boys fly.
Young boys are coming. uh, but another rookie that I think I want to get more involved. You're finally having to turn the corner with, bro. But Kyle Monangai, like we talked about, they need to run the ball more. If you're gonna give DeAndre Swift the bulk of the carries, still give Monangai at least 10 to 15 carries. 7 carries, I think is a little not enough for me. And even Swift had 13 carries, had 80 yards rushing though.
That's what I'm saying. We should have ran the ball a lot more than what we did, especially with how bad the Giants' defense was. That's so like against the run, they're
Yeah.
trash. So it just didn't make sense in a snow game. We're running the ball well, top 10 in rushing. Obviously, Caleb made our numbers look a lot better at the end as a team, but yeah, I think Ben Johnson mentioned this a lot in the post game. Like, hey, I got to do better. Like this was on me just as much as anybody else. So I really appreciate that, and it's good to have
Transparency, yeah.
those those realizations in a W. You
Hmm.
when you lose, you overanalyzing everything. When you
Yeah.
win, it's a totally different vibe. So I'm
We got
I'm
away with that one.
I'm excited, man. I think we can beat the Steelers. I think we can beat the Vikings. I don't want to look too far ahead, but I like these next two games, especially after what happened against us last night with the Steelers
Yeah. They're not that good. They are a
and
team
the
that, yeah,
Chargers.
I think, right now the Bears are the 7th seed in the playoff hunt. They are the wild cards, the last final team. I want to ask you, do you think it could stay that way? You think that's a realistic outcome for the Bears this season? They have to beat the 49ers, when we get to that game, but what are your
Yep.
thoughts on that?
Yeah, we gotta beat the teams who we can. So I think Vikings and Steelers we should win. Um, Eagles Packers are gonna be tough.
Yeah,
Browns, not the
we should
best
beat them.
matchup for us, but
No.
we should beat them.
Should be another
And
Giants
then
game, I think, where we like
I
just
think
win
we
last
yeah,
minute.
we gotta split with Green Bay and then we gotta beat the Niners. So 1,
I think we
2,
lose to the
3,
Eagles.
4, 5.
Yeah, we lose to
We
the
can
Eagles, so we split with the Packers. We got to beat Detroit too at the end of the season.
Detroit
Think
might not be playing for nothing depending on I mean, they might be playing for something. They
yeah.
already got 3, so
Dan Campbell usually rests his starters too.
that's what I'm
Uh,
saying. There's only one bye. So
that's true.
if they don't secure that first overall seed, we might have to see some starters out there.
But it's in
Unless
Chicago.
they're locked, like say they're locked into the second seed, then we're good. They probably won't start anybody. But the NFC is just razor thin. We'll see what happens down the stretch, but we're gonna get everybody's best game.
I know. Hopefully, we have Jalen Johnson and like Kyler Gordon by that point, and our guys back. So let's talk about the Minnesota Vikings matchup this upcoming Sunday at Minnesota. What's
The
your thoughts on that?
Vikings are 2.5 point favorites.
You agree with that then? The Vikings being 2.5 point favorites?
I do, but uh I also like the Bears as a dog just because what JJ McCarthy hasn't been able to do as a starter in this league. I mean, he's had pretty much one really good quarter against us and against Detroit. I mean, which are the games you want to be good against, but they're 1-3 at home. I like our chances inside. I think Caleb um is going to show out in this matchup.
Get his revenge, get his lick back. I think so. I mean, Ben Johnson too has had his number against Brian Flores. We looked good offensively. It was our first game, so I think that played a factor too. We looked like the better team, just couldn't finish it. I think the team that we are now is different than what we were week 1. So I just think our defensively, we just have to show up, and that's my biggest concern with this game. But JJ McCarthy being a quarterback that struggled, really been inconsistent so far this season, I don't think he's going to tear it up on us. Really, I think Caleb could outplay him in this one, and if we get the ball last, hey, whoop de doo, we taking that dub.
Exactly. So now this is gonna be a fun one. I'm
It's a
excited to
good
see it.
challenge for sure. I'm excited too. I think this is like we have the next games we have coming up are challenging games, but they're not games we are going to be completely outmatched. Like Philly or like Philly Green Bay, those are games that are going to be tough. That's a clear better team than us, but these other games um these other teams are not the clear better team than us. So, I'm excited. I think we got a shot. If you had to predict right now, who would you give the victory to? Would you pick the Bears?
Oh yeah, I'm 100% confident in Ben Johnson and the Bears, but also I love our defensive coaching staff as well.
Me too.
I think we are able to play complementary football
Mhm.
much more than people give us credit for. Like, even though the defense statistically is garbage, we were able to generate pressure. We were able to make stops when we needed to, and we were able to close the game out, and not give Russ any opportunity to cook whatsoever.
Zero. Zilts. So yeah, I think this defense is showing up a decent amount. And I mean, that's all it comes down to. We're not the defense we need to be to win a Super Bowl, but for us to have success this year, they just have to be just a tad bit better. And that's just be good in the good moments we need you to. They gave Caleb the ball back, so you gotta love that. And he showed up. So one question though I wanted to finish off before we like do hot takes to end it. Um I wanted to hear your opinion on Bo Nix. Is he ass? And
He's ass. He's
terrible.
ass.
This team is
You
8 and
put
2
Caleb
with
on the
him.
Broncos, they're the
That's
best
what I was
team in the
gonna ask you.
AFC.
That's what I
I
was
don't
gonna
give a
ask you.
fuck.
Caleb, Drake May, Daniels, like that's the best team in the AFC. They're winning the Super Bowl, I think.
Yeah, no question.
Just
So
Bo
I
Nix
think
is very limited.
you got Drake May is the best quarterback out of that
Class.
draft class at this point. We'll see, how things shake up. He's in the MVP race, so you got to give him the nod. Um, some of the things we talked about with Jaden Daniels,
The injuries, yeah.
the injuries, his size, his playing style don't really match up for sustainability. We're seeing that this season. And Bo Nix, I mean, the guy he's he's on one of the best rosters in football,
Yeah.
arguably has the best defense in the league, and he's
Phenomenal
winning
coach.
10-7 against terrible teams.
Yeah.
So,
It's the Jets game was terrible. This last past game was terrible as well. It's just like he hasn't been the reason they're winning. The defense is winning the game alone by itself. And like he'll get away with some like nice fourth quarter touchdowns or some nice, little bit of stats just to sprinkle it in. But yeah, if you put
it's
any
got
other
Sean
quarter
Payton.
yeah, if you put any other quarterback on this Broncos team, they are winning the Super Bowl. Like Jared Goff, you throw him on there. Baker Mayfield, you throw him on there. They're winning the Super Bowl. Just any functional top 10 quarterback. I think, yeah, like the young guys we talked about, Daniels, Drake May, and Caleb would win the Super Bowl with this Broncos team too. Like, could you imagine?
That's what I'm saying. Like 54%. He's got a 54% QBR, which isn't much lower than
Caleb's?
Caleb. He's got 5 more tuds, but I don't think they had their bye week yet.
No, no, they haven't.
Yeah, they're 8-2, so
This is crazy that they're 8 and 2, bro.
it is crazy. So we'll see what happens down the stretch. You know what I'm saying? It's not good to get hot too early. It's a
Yeah,
long fucking season. We're only halfway through it, and it's only going to get colder. Bodies are only going to drop more,
yeah.
and teams are only going to have more insight into you as a player. For example, if I'm playing you week 17, I might have 3 or 4 film tapes on a defense just like ours and how they played you.
Mhm.
I use that to build my case to do things that they did really well against you, but also things that you might have burnt them on, I'm going to change. So it's a totally different ball game when I have a full season of game tape on you. And if I'm a defensive coordinator going against Bo Nix, we got to stop the run
and just
and
force him to beat us, you know?
and force him to beat you. You
And
can't you can't turn the ball over on the offense, and you'll be straight.
I mean, the Colts, I think the Broncos did beat the Colts. They beat the Eagles, but this is a team come playoff time. Lamar wants to see the Broncos because like he's had success against them. The Chiefs, I think, would beat the Broncos in the playoffs. Yeah, I think Denver is a team that's having success right now. Come playoff time, I don't think they'll be able to mount to much with Bo Nix at quarterback. Do you have a hot take of the week before we wrap it up?
Hot take for the week. I think Caleb scores 4 tuds against the
Minnesota.
Vikings.
Okay. All
I
right.
think this game really gave him the confidence he needs. I think he needs to understand what plays he needs to be Superman and extend in the pocket, what plays he needs to just fucking run.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think he was able to make those determinations in the fourth quarter. So confidence should be through the roof. This is a game we should have won week 1, and
Yeah.
I know niggas gonna be foaming at the mouth to get that dub. Pause.
That's how we need them hungry. We need them to come ready. So I think, 4 passing touchdowns will be great. He's been stacking great performances, just needs that consistent performance. And Ben Johnson, like I said, he's cooked Brian Flores a lot of times in their matchups together. So I think this is a good game for Caleb to get right and ball out. For me, what is my hot take of the week?
Yo, what's your hot take?
Trying to think. I would say, yeah, Caleb, right now, he's trending in the right direction. I think he ends up going further than Drake May in the playoffs. Is that crazy?
Damn.
I think Drake May sees a Baltimore, sees a tough team in the playoffs round 1, while the Bears, we're licking our chops at a Detroit or a Green Bay.
Drake May is facing a number 1 seed, isn't he?
No, I don't think they're going to get the number 1 seed. I think.
But where are they at right now?
Shit. Let's see. Let's see what the stand
they're
is.
number 3 seed. They're tied for 1.
So I think the Colts get the first seed. And how it's playing out right now, let's say Baltimore.
I don't think the Colts can sustain this. They almost lost to the Falcons, which I mean, a lot of people almost lost to them.
They got the Chiefs after their bye week, and Houston.
Yeah, that's an L.
Seattle, Houston.
Seattle, that's an L.
So those are 2 really tough teams. So I would say, yeah, I think the Patriots face a tough matchup in their first playoff game. They lose, while the Bears face a familiar foe, and they get a playoff win. Caleb gets a playoff win this year, and yeah, Drake May doesn't. What's your thoughts?
That's gonna be hard to see because the NFC is way tougher than the AFC.
I think that would be a perfect scenario for the Bears this season. Go to the playoffs, win a playoff game, come back next year with an even better defense, and we're cooking. We're competing for some real shit. So we're competing for a trophy.
Yeah, but I think the 7 teams that are in now for the
playoffs
for the NFC are gonna stay like locked there. I think we're better than the 49ers.
So it's us to the 49ers. They still
have to go through. Oh, they don't have to play anybody else? God damn it.
But us.
They only got to play us and the Colts.
Hey, don't sleep on Carolina.
Well, they got the Seahawks at the end, but
they might not play.
Have the number 1 seed, yeah.
So I think Carolina could be.
Yeah, we're gonna have to beat the Niners to get in.
Realistically, bro, to get into the playoffs, I think it's like what 11-6 is the lowest we can go. We have to. That's the lowest.
Yeah, exactly. And we might need help if we only win 10 games. Like, because the 49ers might have to drop off a cliff, which they've got the injuries to do it.
Yeah. I usually root for teams that got hella injuries to not make the playoffs because it's like you're going in there, damn near wheelchairs and shit. Nah, you're not gonna amount to shit. It's a wasted team.
Well, yeah, especially if they competing for a spot with us.
Yeah. So realistically,
it's gonna be a good game.
we got to win every game other than, splitting with Green Bay and probably the Eagles. We could beat Minnesota. We could beat the Steelers. We could beat Cleveland. We could beat San Fran and Detroit if they got the first seed. I mean, if they got their seed solidified, whatever, they'll probably rest their starters. So I like our chances. That's my hot take. That's your hot take. 4 passing touchdowns for Caleb this week. Thank you guys for watching.
4 total touchdowns.
4 total. Okay, so it has a rushing touchdown and
3
passing
pass, 1 rush.
Okay, I fuck with it.
We gotta use his legs more in the red zone.
I think so too. He's got a dangerous athleticism. Once he escapes the pocket, he's always just looking to throw a fucking 100-mile fastball.
Trying to put a hole in the nigga chest.
Swiss cheese somebody.
Throw it to their chest if you're gonna throw it 100 meters. Like, you can't throw one out when they gotta overstretch and that bitch coming 100 miles an hour.
And in the cold too. And snow
in the cold.
Shit. Yeah, that's tough. They gotta have the hand warmers, gotta have the Vaseline on them. But that's all we got for the show today, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. Make sure to stay updated with our content, breaking down everything Chicago Bears, everything Bulls too. The Bulls have been on a nice run, so we'll keep you updated. Stay updated with us. Make sure to like and subscribe on the channel. Check out 6-Man Blitz too. Hit 1K on there if you want to know about NFL and NBA. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. As always, peace. But I would want him to get an extension done with, Keenan Allen. I would want him to stay with the Chicago Bears for maybe 2 or 3 more years because he's coming off his best season last year with the Chargers.